Shweta here, co-founder and partner Samak Soul Waters, and I am so happy to have you all here today with us. So as you know, Samak Soul Waters is a divinely guided venture. Our purpose is to bring about a global awareness and mass awakening. And in keeping with this purpose, our mission is to facilitate healing, transformation, growth, and eventual evolution of people. You've been hearing a lot about us over the past few months. I'm so happy today to present this webinar to you under our vertical SOULISTIC. And there is not much of an introduction that is required to this topic, which is nutrition and lifestyle. We are all aware of these words, right? We are, right? We are all aware of these words. So that is exactly why we've chosen to talk about this, so that we just make sure if we are as aware of the concept as we are of these words. Okay. So throughout our lives, all of us have tried so many things just to get that right fit, for a healthy life, a healthy lifestyle choice. So we've tried everything from nothing to drastic lifestyle changes. And then sometimes it's worked, sometimes it's not. Sometimes we persistently tried something or the other. Sometimes we just chose to give up. So we've been there, done that. Which is why we have Inshaa with us today, who has very graciously offered to give insights on this entire spectrum of nutrition and lifestyle, so that you can actually, see where is it that you fit in this arena? What is it that aligns with you? What doesn't? What resonates with you? What doesn't resonate with you? What you can actually take back with you. So that is the objective of this webinar, where we want you to just reflect, think, see what you can actually take back with you to make conscious, healthy choices. And with that, I welcome you all here. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll let Akshay take it from here. Akshay, over to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Shweta. Thanks for setting the context. And welcome everyone. My name is Akshay V. Masurekar, and I'm the co-founder and managing partner of Samak Soul Waters. And as Shweta mentioned, we are an alternative healing and a holistic health startup. I started this venture last year in August, and since then I've had the opportunity to collaborate with my soul tribe to take our mission of empowering people to heal, transform, and grow forward. Now I think I'll end it there. It's not about me, it's about you guys. It's about nutrition and lifestyle, and it is about Inshaa. So I think with that, let me introduce you to Inshaa Arora, a very dear friend, and also my co-founder and partner at Evolve and Samak Soul Waters respectively. So being a true health and fitness enthusiast, and a graduate from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, Inshaa has been exposed to a variety of innovative coaching methods, practical lifestyle management techniques, and over 100 dietary theories, be it Ayurveda, be it gluten-free, paleo, raw, macrobiotics, and everything in between. And drawing on her expertise, she works on helping people make positive lifestyle changes and enables them to choose health-promoting ways that produce real and lasting results. So as you all know that she'll be talking about and giving us tips on how we can make healthy, conscious choices and lead a healthy life. So over to you, Inshaa.
Thank you, Akshay. Thank you, Shweta, for the lovely introduction. I feel really honored and humbled to be a part of this group who's all set to change the lives of people in some way or the other. And I definitely want, that is my purpose of life too. I really want people to lead a healthy lifestyle, alter their life in such a way that they are in tune with, their bodies and the body's needs. So today I am going to talk about, health and nutrition and lifestyle, because both nutrition and lifestyle are deeply intertwined, and how they are intertwined is what I'm going to talk about today in the session. And now, before we begin the session, before we delve deep into the connection between nutrition and lifestyle, I want you guys to ponder over some of these questions, okay? To take a minute to introspect and see what the answers to these questions might be. First of all, I want you all to think about what constitutes most of your diet. Is it home cooked food, or is it outside food? Whatever it is, I want you all to note, maybe take mental notes of your answers or note down your answers. Then, would you describe your current eating habits as healthy? Yeah, do you think that you're already on the path to leading a healthy lifestyle? What do you wish to change about your current lifestyle to make it healthier? What, according to you, should you be doing to make your lifestyle a healthier version of what it is? Then, do you think food and lifestyle are related? Now, see, I am going to talk about the connection between food and lifestyle, but do you already feel that food and lifestyle are related? And if so, how? So I want you guys to ponder over these questions. I'll give you 30 to 40 seconds to think about it. You note down your answers, and then we'll deep into the connection between nutrition and lifestyle.
Yeah, people feel free to speak, or you can put your messages.
Yes, please. Let's make it as interactive as possible.
Yes.
So no problem. If you have anything to share, if you want to say something, please say. No problem.
So Ruta is asking, what do you mean by lifestyle?
Okay. So Ruta, lifestyle is what we do, what we make ourselves do. Okay. Lifestyle is everything from the way we eat, to the way we work, to the way we sleep, to the way we practice mental rejuvenation techniques to feel better. So all that is the combination of all that is what our lifestyle becomes. What we are doing on a daily basis to help our body, and also what we are doing on a daily basis to feel better about ourselves is what forms our lifestyle. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Has everyone jotted down the responses? Should we dig deeper?
Okay, so I'm going to maybe ask some of you to share your insights, to share your answers with us, so I know what exactly you guys are thinking about this. So anybody is ready to share their response with me, their insights with me?
Okay, there's a response here. So it says it's from Shweta's mom. So my diet is healthy and and she eats home cooked. And she doesn't know if it's balanced. And Sweetie is saying home cooked food, more of carbs in diet. Okay, and Sridhar is asking lifestyle is how we actually manage to stay alive, not just live. That's his perspective. Alive,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for the responses, guys.
And Sweetie is saying, I think, yeah, she does binge on outside snacks too. Ritika's diet is home cooked. She tries to be healthy.
Okay.
Okay. And Ruta is saying she's not sure what is healthy.
No, we are going to definitely talk about all this and much more in the session today.
Yes.
Yeah, we are going to explore all these
yes. And Devi auntie is saying, she doesn't know if it's healthy because she doesn't see that healthy glow on her face.
Okay. All right. So now, first of all, since we are talking about nutrition, okay, let me ask you guys what, according to you, is nutrition? What is the definition of nutrition for you guys? Can anybody share their responses with us? Anybody who knows what the definition of nutrition is?
Okay. So Seema Kaki is saying that her diet is home cooked and mostly healthy. So Kaki, would you want to talk about what is nutrition? Your understanding of nutrition? Anyone can go, of course. Amruta, what do you want to?
Yeah, sure. According to me, nutrition is something that is helping your body in a positive way. Like if you eat something, I'm restricting my definition to the dietary parts, and which I feel is which is helping your body to nourish.
Okay.
That's
All
it.
right.
And Ruta is also saying something that nourishes. Shrita says right food stuff in the right quantity at the right time.
Okay.
And Yasima Kaki saying something that makes us fit and increases immunity. And again, Devi Auntie is saying you feel and look fit.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's find out what nutrition actually means. Okay, so the definition that I'm going to present in front of you is what you'll find everywhere. Okay, food that nourishes our body. Everybody, when we talk about nutrition, talks about food that nourishes our body. Okay, whatever we need, the right quantity, the quality of food, everything constitutes of nutrition. Okay, but I don't agree with this definition. I don't agree that nutrition is food that nourishes our body. I believe that nutrition is food that nourishes our body, mind, and soul altogether. All right. And that is the reason why I believe in holistic nutrition, because I don't believe that we should all follow certain norms of eating just because they're out there, just because they've been established, just because everybody's talking about them. We need to find out our balance, the kind of foods that work for our body by understanding the mind, body, and soul connect. All right. And that is why I want to show you guys what the 360-degree view of nutrition is. So according to me, these are the 5 pillars of nutrition. This is what we need to say that yes, we are well nourished. Okay. First of all, it is the mental rejuvenation techniques, all right, that we follow, which is also de-stressing techniques that we follow. So I believe that it all begins here, up here, all right, not in the stomach. So whenever my clients also come to me, talking to me about, how they should change their eating pattern, my first question is, how are you feeling? How are you feeling emotionally? Is there any stress in your life? Because that is what leads you to eat certain foods more than the others. So mental rejuvenation techniques one must follow to provide proper nutrition to our body. Okay, then secondly, sleep. Now, we all have different requirements for our body, but sleep is something that we all need. And I'm going to delve more into this topic as the talk progresses. But sleep is definitely one of the pillars of nutrition. Food, of course, we all know that we need good food to keep ourselves well nourished. Then exercise. Exercise of any form, and it depends, it varies from person to person. So one form of exercise may not work for another person. Basically, you all need to ensure that your body is moving enough. There is enough movement during the day, and your lifestyle is not completely sedentary. Yeah, so that is why exercise forms one of the pillars of nutrition as well. And lastly, relationships. Now, when I say relationships, I'm not just talking about our relationships with others. I'm also talking about our relationship with ourselves. And the way we eat our food, what we eat, the way we are with others, it all actually leads us back to what our relationship with ourselves is. And if we have a happy, healthy relationship with ourselves, then everything falls into place. Our environment automatically becomes more positive and better. Now, how are all these pillars of nutrition interconnected with each other? I'd like to talk about that a little bit more now. So let's unlock the molecule of life. Okay, we call this the molecule of life because all these aspects are very closely interrelated. It all begins with your relationships. Your relationship with yourself, with others, with your body and food. This sets the premise of whatever is going to happen in your lifestyle and whatever is going to happen in your life later. Yeah, so your relationship with yourself, with others around us, with your body and food is the first thing that we need to look into when we talk about nutrition, because that sets the base for everything going forth. All right. Then our relationship with ourselves and others impacts our mind in a certain way. And we all know that. Yeah, we all have certain perceptions, judgments, we all go through certain emotions. And depending on how intense those emotions, perceptions, and judgments are, our body gets impacted in some way or the other. Your emotions and your judgments always impact the body in some way or the other. And when your body is getting impacted, you naturally run to certain foods more than the others. Yeah, because certain foods are your comfort foods, right? So you run to certain foods to make yourself feel better, and that impacts your lifestyle in a way that your sleep gets impacted. And when you're not getting proper sleep, of course, your energy levels are not in place, right? Your energy level is not what it should be. Your ability gets affected, definitely, because if you are sleep deprived and your energy levels are low, of course you're not as your performance is not as much as it should be. And when this becomes a regular habit, of not sleeping well, of not keeping up with the energy levels, then slowly our body becomes more prone to ailments than the others. All right, so this is one way of looking at it. If you look at it the other way, that also works. So whatever the impact of perceptions and judgments and emotions is there on your mind, that affects your body in such a way that it impacts your sleep, energy, ability, and ailments. All right, and once your sleep, energy, ability, and ailments are impacted, that also leads you to choose certain foods over the others. So that affects the food choices that you make, and that further impacts your body. So it's a vicious circle of sorts. Yeah, it's just that we feel that by eating right, we are doing the right thing, and we are going to accomplish whatever we want, our health goals. But that is not true. Till we don't look at the bigger picture, till we don't look at the 360-degree view of what's going on, we are not going to be able to accomplish our health goals the way we want. So I have a lot of clients who come to me, who tell me, who particularly want to lose weight. All right, so losing weight has become, obviously it's very, very common. Like 90% of the people who come to me want to lose weight. But what I tell them is that what you are trying to do is, you are telling your body that you want to lose something. Yeah, it's losing weight has a negative connotation to it. You're trying to take something away from your body, and nobody likes something to be taken away from them, right? So that's why your relationship with your body needs to be set in such a way that you're always in the giving mode. If you tell your body that I want you to be healthy, okay, I want you to be the healthiest version of yourself, then you're giving something to your body, and your body will respond accordingly. So your relationship with your body is what's going to set the premise for everything. And please never use the term losing weight. Don't ever want to lose weight. Always want to gain health, because that is going to give you the maximum benefit. And automatically you will feel that once your focus from losing weight has shifted to gaining health, your body is responding well. You are able to achieve your health goals better. All right, so this was just a small introduction of the molecule of life. Now, as we dig deeper into each and every aspect, I'll be able to explain to you how nutrition affects lifestyle, and vice versa. All right, so does anybody have any questions so far? Does anybody want me to explain anything further? Aki, are we getting any responses? Does anybody want me to talk about something?
So I think the response is basically this chart sums up everything, and it's a great perspective of not losing but giving.
Inshaa, can you hear me?
Yes,
Ruta. Yes, Ruta.
Yeah, so I am just a bit curious about the perceptions, judgments, emotions, intensity. That track is something I would like to understand.
Okay, so what we mean by this is that whatever is going on in your mind, okay, how we perceive ourselves, how we perceive others, that affects our mind. How we judge ourselves, how we judge others, that is also affecting our mind. And whatever emotions we are going through is also affecting our mind. And sometimes some emotions and judgments and perceptions are really high intensity, such high intensity that you feel that you are not able to think clearly. Everything is muddled in your brain. So that is when your emotions are really on the extreme side, when all these things, all these factors are so extreme that they affect your mind completely. That is when your body also starts getting affected. Yeah, so it's a combination of everything. The intensity, we all deal with things differently, right? We all deal with our emotions also differently. Some people are have their head over their heart, like they say, and others are not able to control their emotions so much, yeah, and think clearly. So there are all kinds of people, but it all depends on how you are handling all this that is going on in your mind. Yeah, whatever is going on in your mind, depending on the intensity of it, how are you able to handle it? And how is your body able to handle it at the end of the day? Yeah.
So, Insha, Sridhar had a question on, he wanted some clarity on ability.
Uh-huh.
And mom said, you said different people need different exercise. So how do we know what is the right exercise?
Sure. I'll definitely talk about exercises a bit later as we keep unlocking the molecule of life. But what I want to talk about, like ability, right? Sridhar,
Yeah.
Okay, so see, ability is basically related to your performance. So if your energy levels are low, whatever it is that you want to do, let's say you want to complete your task on time, okay, then you may feel that it's taking you longer than expected to finish that task. Not just that, let's say that every day you work out for a little bit, okay, but if your sleep is not proper, if your energy levels are low, then your workout will also get affected. So your ability to do various tasks that are a part of your lifestyle will reduce, is what it means. Does that answer your question, Sridhar? Okay. All right.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So shall we move on? Let's keep unlocking the molecule of life, yeah? And let's begin with food, because we all know that food is really powerful, right? So let's talk about food a little bit. At this point, however, I also want to say that, see, we are all aware individuals at the end of the day. Now we have so many resources to access and find out information about food, what we should eat, what foods are good foods, what foods are bad foods. Today, however, I'm not here to tell you about which foods are good foods, which foods are bad foods, what you should eat. I'm not here to talk about that. All right. First, let's look at the principles of healthy eating. Now, you guys look at this chart in front of you, go through it a little bit and tell me if you think these are the principles of healthy eating. If not all, some of them are definitely the principles of healthy eating that you use in your daily life, that you apply in your daily life. So for those who probably can't see it properly, I'll just read it out for you. The first one says, drink 2 liters of water daily, then eat varied foods, eat slowly, eat sweets rarely, eat more fruits and vegetables, count calories, eat small meals, and eat dinner early. How many of you feel that you can relate to, if not all, some of these principles of healthy eating? And you're aware of the fact that you should be applying some of these principles in your daily life to lead a healthy lifestyle. Aki, are we getting response?
Yeah, Ruta is saying I don't think one should count calories.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, even Vipula is saying not sure about counting calories. Sweetie says some principles, yes. Ritika is, I'm aware of this, but I don't follow all of it. Amrita is asking why is counting calories so important? And Devi Auntie is saying aware, but unable to follow.
Okay. All right. So what you see in front of you is not what I completely agree with. All right. I don't believe in most of these principles except for a couple that I'm going to talk about later. But I don't believe you should follow this. These are not the principles of healthy eating. And why? Why? Because I believe in the concept of bio-individuality. All right. Now, what is the concept of bio-individuality? It means that each one of us is different from the other. No two people are the same. And to explain bio-individuality a little more to you guys, I'll have to talk a little bit about gut health. All right. So actually, gut health is something that is a very vast topic and very interesting one. So maybe one of the days I'll have a separate webinar on, we'll have a separate webinar on gut health. But I just want to introduce it to you guys a little bit so that you can understand how each one's body is so different from the other. All right. So what is our gut? Let's begin with that. What is our understanding of the gut? Can anybody share with us what do you think gut is? Aki, let me know if we get any responses.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ritika is saying stomach.
Okay.
Intestine.
Intestine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Any other responses, or should I go on?
I think you can.
I
Yeah.
think gut
Okay.
is all our intestines to the anus, like all that part, entire digestive system is what I feel.
So all of you are right, but it's all this and more. Okay. So when we talk about our gut is actually, we're talking about the gastrointestinal tract, which is also known as the GI tract. And it goes all the way from our mouth to the anus, okay? All the way around. And it's over 30 feet long. So you can imagine, it has so much going on inside that it's that long. And this gut that we're referring to is populated with microorganisms. All right. And there are, obviously, when there are microorganisms, there are good microorganisms and there are bad organisms. Now, these microorganisms are so many that they're much more than the cells in our body. So one can easily say that we are not made of cells. Our body is actually made of microorganisms. So there are hundreds and thousands of different microorganisms inside. All right. And each person's gut has a different kind of population going on inside. No two people's gut can be the same, because the kind of population that you have inside your gut of microorganisms has started right from the day you were born to till today. The kind of environment that you've been exposed to, the kind of antibiotics that you've had whenever you were sick, the kind of environment that you've been exposed to, the kind of food that you've been eating, all this leads to a certain microbiota inside a gut. So your gut health is like your fingerprint. Everybody's gut health is different from the other. Yeah. And that is why no two foods, no two people's body is the same. And that's why they say that one man's food could be another person's poison. So one person could be like, this is it, you should eat this food, but it may not suit the other person, thanks to the gut health. Yeah. And also, no one size fits all. So there are a lot of dietary theories out there that you feel are talking about, why you should be very specific about portion sizes, about what you eat. But it's not about all that. It's ultimately about your body, what suits your body. So we need to figure that out. And how do we do that now? How do we find out what works for us? So for that, I'd say that more than what we eat, our focus should be on how we eat. Yeah, because that is very important, because how we are eating is actually telling us a lot more about how that food is how our body is responding to that food than what we are eating. So the first rule to that is find out what meals and meal timings work for you. Now, I am very, I really believe, I'm a strong believer of the fact that we should all eat particular kind of meals, meals that suit us, and also work around meal timings. But what meal timings work for you, only you can determine. Not everything works for everyone. So I don't want you guys to be like, okay, our family lunch time is at 2 p.m. So I'm going to eat my lunch at 2 p.m. Your body may not agree with that particular time. So you need to be very careful about when you're getting hungry. Yeah, most of us don't experience hunger. We don't eat out of hunger. We eat because, okay, it's time to eat. Chai time ho gaya, chai pee lo. Dinner time is there. Food is at the table. Thanda ho raha hai, eat your food. we don't give ourselves a chance to actually become hungry to eat, right? So I want you guys to find out what meals and meal timings work for you by listening to your body, understanding when your body is actually becoming hungry and eating accordingly, and not just eating because it's time for everyone to eat all together. And those are all great practices for family to eat together. But I want you to find your timing, your meal timing, because each one of us has a body clock inside, which also I'm going to talk about in a little bit. And you need to listen to your body clock. You need to understand what your body clock is telling you, what timing suits you. So this is the first rule that we need to follow. Second rule that we need to follow is find out how many meals in a day work for you. Now, if you were to find out online how many meals a day should I eat, you'll find a variety of different answers, right from 1 meal a day to 10 meals a day. All right. There are so many different schools of thought that explain, and they have proper explanation to everything too. Why 1 meal a day works or why 10 meals a day work. But you have to find out how many meals a day work for you, for your system. Not everybody can deal with 5 or 6 meals a day or 10 meals a day or lesser than let's say 2 meals a day. It's not everyone's cup of tea. You have to find out what works for your body, what is working for you. For example, for me, I don't think I can ever manage to eat more than 3 meals a day. And this has been for since forever. Well, not since forever. When I was in school, I was definitely eating to satisfy my taste buds. But yes, since I started understanding my body better, I realized that I can't eat more than 3 meals a day. So you need to find out how many meals work for you. Yeah, it's all about you understanding your body better. Then eat your soul food. Now, when I talk about soul food, you need to understand that I'm not talking about comfort food. Okay, soul food and comfort food are two very different concepts. Soul food is the kind of food that you have grown up eating, that you're used to eating, that brings back good memories, good childhood memories for you, or just takes you back to your childhood. You know, for example, for me, it's the dal khichdi. Yeah, dal khichdi brings back really good memories of us all eating together, in winters and just enjoying a meal together. So that is my soul food. You need to eat more of your soul food because that is what your system is used to eating since you were a kid. So you need to introduce more of soul food in your diet than comfort food. And comfort food, we all know, is something that instantly makes us happy or instantly makes us comfortable. And that is definitely not healthy, right? Mostly comfort food is linked to junk food, and soul food is something that takes you back to your childhood memories. So definitely include more of your soul food in your diet. Then find your own macro balance. Now, when I say macro balance, okay, we all know, or if we don't know, I'll explain it to you. There are 3 main macronutrients in everyone's diet that are very, very important: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Yeah. Carbohydrates are the most misunderstood macronutrients out there, because these days you'll find a lot of diets that are encouraging no carbs or low carbs. But I want to make you guys understand carbohydrates a bit better too. So carbohydrates are not all bad. There are very good carbohydrates out there too. And some of the best carbohydrates, best forms of carbohydrates are your fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Yeah? Not many of us know that vegetables are carbs too. But yes, vegetables are one of the best carbs, best kind of carbs that we can give our body. All right, so these are the carbohydrates that we need. There are some bad guys also, bad carbohydrates also, that we definitely need to avoid. And those are the processed carbs, because processed carbs are just giving you instant energy. Okay, they are just releasing glucose in your bloodstream instantly, spiking your blood sugar levels, not doing any good to our body anyways. So it's only for pleasure, for the taste of it, that we indulge in those kind of carbohydrates, but we don't really need them. But yes, no carb diet is not the way to go. We definitely need to include carbs in our diet. How much is what you need to find out for yourself. All right. Proteins, again, we need ample proteins depending on our lifestyle. So let's say you are very active when it comes to working out, exercising, walking, running, everything. You need to include more proteins in your diet. Yeah, there definitely need to be more proteins in your diet, and lesser, I'd say, carbohydrates. But if you are leading a normal lifestyle with a little bit of walking, not much exercise, then I'd say that you should have a little more carbohydrates in the form of fruits and vegetables in your plate than protein. So, like I said, there is no general thumb rule as to how your plate should look like. Even though you'll see a lot of pictures online of what your plate should look like, that is not what your plate should look like. You need to set your own plate. All right. But if I had to set some general rules or some general guidelines for balancing the plate, I'd say that for anybody who's leading a normal lifestyle, yeah, moderate exercise and moderate movement and all, you should have at least 2 portions of fruits and vegetables in your diet. Yeah, 1 portion of protein, and fat is something that naturally comes in our diet through our cooking techniques. Yeah, so Indian cooking especially, we use a lot of oil, especially while cooking some vegetables over the others. So the fat that we need, the fats that we need are anyways coming from that, even though we need to change the kind of fats that we are ingesting. For example, if you're using normal refined oils for cooking, then we need to change that to something healthier like desi ghee or coconut oil. Yeah, so that we're getting better fats in our body. We don't need the bad fats, we need the good fats. Yeah, so definitely you guys need to find out what your plate should look like, but it's not difficult to find that out too. Depending on what your lifestyle is, just keep altering the portion sizes, play with the portion sizes. Sorry, yeah, please tell me. Sorry, was someone saying something? Okay. All right. Okay, so yes, definitely find your own macro balance. Yes. And ultimately, the last rule that I'd say I really want you guys to follow is to listen to your body. Listen to the signs. So most of the times when I have these clients come to me and I'm asking them questions about their health, 80% of them talk about, gas, constipation, diarrhea, and all these things. But when I ask them if they have identified any foods or any patterns to that, the answer is no, most of the time. Because I think that even though our body is giving us signs, so the minute you eat something that doesn't suit your body, you'll get some signs or the others. You'll probably maybe feel a little bloated, or you might feel that you're a bit more gassy than usual. So your body is constantly giving you signs. We just need to put it all together and understand what our body is trying to tell us. It's constantly giving us signs. Yeah, it's also giving us signs through our mind. So when you're really eating your soul food, okay, it's the automatic signal that's going to your mind is that I'm really enjoying it. It's enjoyable food. You're naturally feeling happy. So that is what is happening when you are listening to your body and doing what it wants you to do. Yeah, the body is happy, and then you'll also feel happy. Now, so I have actually throughout my course and otherwise also, I love researching on, dietary theories a lot. So what I have found is that out of the 100+ dietary theories that I've been through, if there is one dietary theory that sticks to the concept of bio-individuality or fits into the concept of bio-individuality, it is the concept of Ayurvedic diet. And it was actually it's based on studies that happened 6,000 years ago, over 6,000 years ago. But if you look at what the studies say now and compare it to what researchers are saying now, you see that they are kind of trying to follow the same path. Yeah, and this was established way before 6,000 years ago. So in most of the Western dietary theories, you'll see that the focus mostly is on calorie content and the portion size, of course, what you're eating, what foods are good foods and bad foods. So there are really clear demarcations when it comes to good foods, bad foods, calorie intake, and all that. However, Ayurveda is something that links everything all together. Yeah, it links your mind, body, and soul together. So the connect that we need to be able to, get proper nutrition is what Ayurvedic diet gives to us. Yeah. So what Ayurvedic diet is based on, I'll just quickly go through that a little bit. Ayurvedic diet is also something that is, something that I'll have to talk about at length, maybe in some other webinar. But I'll just give you a little idea of what this diet is based on, so that you can understand what we mean by it. Yeah. So first of all, Ayurvedic diet is hinging on, the right thinking, diet, lifestyle, and use of herbs and spices in one's life. So there are these four things that Ayurveda considers. All right, how you're thinking, the food that you're eating, the lifestyle that you're following, whether it's sedentary, active, whatever, and the use of herbs and spices in your food. So herbs and spices play a major role in Ayurveda. And a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about Ayurvedic diet, which I'm going to talk about later. But yes, that is the basis of any Ayurvedic diet. And it also believes in the concept of energy. Okay, so every person has a unique pattern of energy. And where is this energy coming from? So we all have a natural constituency. Okay, the body's constituency is naturally the way it is since we are born. But depending on the environment that we're in, on the people around, relationships, the constituency remains the same, but the balance keeps changing. Okay, so the balance of our energies may change over time. There may be imbalances because of the environment that we're in, or because of the food that we're eating. And that is why it has identified the three main energies that it plays with. And everybody has a combination of 2 or 3 energies inside. But there is one primary energy that rides on top of the others and sets the premise for what we are. So the 3 main energies that we're talking about in Ayurveda are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Okay, these are the 3 energies. And what these 3 energies actually do is, so Vata is the energy of movement. Okay, so whatever breathing, blinking, heartbeat, whatever movement is going on inside your body, that is ruled by Vata. Okay, so whenever Vata is balanced, there could be a lot of creativity and flexibility inside. But whenever there is an imbalance of Vata, this particular element inside, then there could be a fear and anxiety more than the others. Pitta, however, is something that aids your digestion and metabolism. All right, so Pitta is playing with your digestion and metabolism. And when it's balanced, you are more understanding and intelligent. But when there is an imbalance in Pitta, you could feel that you're more angry, or that you're experiencing hatred towards someone, or you're feeling jealous, because of something. Kapha is, however, something that takes care of the lubrication and structure inside. Okay, so all your joints, the skin texture, your immunity is governed by Kapha. All right. Now, when it's balanced, you'll feel a lot of love and calmness inside. But when it's imbalanced, you may feel attached, and you may feel a little greedy or envious. All right. So this is the main. This is just a small introduction to Ayurvedic. Ayurvedic diet. I just want you guys to know what the different energy types are around which the Ayurvedic diet is based. Okay. But if I had to talk about some basic principles of Ayurveda that we must follow, then those would be these ones. The first basic principle of Ayurvedic diet is to eat natural fresh foods. Okay. Ayurveda is not a very strict diet as opposed to what people think, but there are a lot of things that we can take from it, a lot of good learnings that we can take from it, that we can apply in our everyday life to get the maximum benefit. And one of them is eat natural fresh foods. So this applies to everyone. These are basic principles that everyone should follow. So less processed food, more natural food. And and food in its natural form. Now, when I say food in its natural form, I also mean whole grains, all right? And I'll talk about that a bit later also. The minute you are processing the whole grains and converting it into a atta, okay? You all have heard about whole grain rotis and whole grain bread and all this. But the problem with that is that it's not whole grain, because you've already processed the whole grain. So now it's processed grain, right? It's not whole anymore. So we need to make sure that we include a lot of whole grains in our diet, like rice, brown rice, quinoa, millets. All these things should be a natural part of your diet, including fresh fruits and vegetables, of course. Secondly, another basic principle of Ayurveda is don't follow food fads mindlessly. There are a lot of fad diets out there. There are a lot of different schools of a thought when it comes to food, how we should eat it. Should we go vegan? Should we leave sugar completely? Should we go organic, paleo, vegetarian, etc., etc.? But the bottom line is that you should not follow food fads mindlessly. Then again, listen to your body and see what your body is asking for. Don't mindlessly follow a diet just because it's a fad. It's out there. People are doing it and it's working on other people, because what might work on someone else may not work on you. So definitely don't follow food fads mindlessly. There are some techniques of eating that are very helpful for some people. Like for example, I believe that intermittent fasting works great with most people, but then again, it depends on what your body is like. It does not suit everyone. So do not get into a fad diet or a fad way of eating without prior knowledge or without consulting someone, because it could definitely harm your body. Yeah. Then eat lots of fruits and vegetables. As I've already spoken about, fruits and vegetables don't just give you good carbs, good energy, but they also give you a lot of fiber. And fiber is very, very essential for our gut health, to maintain our gut health. Fiber is one of the most important things that our body needs to be able to maintain good gut health. Yeah, so we definitely need to do that. Now, what is happening when we're eating fruits and vegetables versus when we are eating some other form of carb? Like, what is the difference between the two carbs? So for that, I'd say that when you're eating a simple carb, okay, like for example, bread or something sweet like cakes or cookies, you are instantly feeling instantly feeling good also, and there is a sudden surge of glucose in your bloodstream. All right, but that is not stable, because after a while it goes completely down. So you'll experience a lot of spikes in your blood sugar. So that kind of foods, especially for people who have blood sugar related issues, should avoid, because they are not doing any good to our body. They're just causing sugar spikes in our body. Whereas when you eat fruits and vegetables, okay, fruits also have sugar in them, but when you're eating fruits and vegetables, what's happening is that your sugar is not getting spiked. It's increasing. Of course, the glucose in the blood stream is increasing, but it's increasing in a very gradual way. So what's happening is that once the blood sugar increases and it reaches a certain level, it stays there for a longer period of time. Yeah, so blood sugar remains stable, more stable when you're eating fruits and vegetables versus when you're eating processed foods. So definitely include more fruits and vegetables in your diet. Choose your spices wisely. Now, Ayurveda suggests a lot of different spices for a variety of different reasons. For example, ginger. Okay, ginger is like a decongestant. So whenever you feel that there is some kind of the food is very heavy, ginger will balance it out. It will make it slightly lighter. Whenever you feel that you're not feeling well, or there's something wrong with your throat or something, some kind of congestion in your chest, ginger will soothe it. Yeah, so different spices have different roles to play, and we need to choose spices wisely, because something that's working on someone may not work on you. So everybody gets different health benefits by choosing the right kind of spices that they like. Some of the neutral spices that we can all use are haldi and jeera, because they just aid digestion. Okay, haldi also aids digestion, and even jeera aids digestion. So these are the two spices that everybody can choose. But besides this, you need to find out your balance again. You need to find out which spices are working. Then cleanse your system every once in a while. So I believe that, I feel that it's inevitable for us not to indulge in the bad foods out there, right? The so-called bad foods. It's not possible because it's a part of our culture. It's the way we are. We associate eating with, happiness. Our emotions are completely riding our eating habits. So it's impossible for us to completely eradicate certain foods from our system. But what we can do, however, is to keep cleansing our system every once in a while. So let's say after a week or 10 days, when you feel like, a little bloated, or you feel acidic, or you feel that there's something not right, something is not right about your system, just follow a quick cleansing approach by drinking more water, yeah, by eradicating all the allergens, mainly gluten, mainly foods that have gluten in them, yeah, like wheat, all your pastas, your noodles, and rotis and all this. So try eradicating such foods from your diet during that cleansing phase, so that your body can cleanse completely, it can detox completely, and then you can get back in the groove. So instead of following a very strict diet plan of eating, certain things only and not binging in certain foods, I believe that you should eat everything in moderation, but at the same time keep cleansing your system, so that whatever toxins have accumulated in your body while you were binging on certain bad foods, they are flushed away. So that is another thing. Then drink to good health. Yeah, drink really nice herbal teas, water. Make water your best friend first of all. So a lot of people I know don't tend to drink so much water, even though everybody knows that we need to drink water. Now, water is again a very interesting topic, because not everybody has the same requirements of drinking water. We all have different requirements. Yeah, and it just does not hinge on our thirst. It's our water intake should not be dependent on how thirsty we are feeling. But our body also has certain requirements, right, when it comes to water. So you need to find out your balance again. So anybody, if I had to set a general rule for drinking water, I'd say that 2 to 3 liters of water at least for anyone and everyone, because it just keeps the system a little more cleansed. Yeah, so that is something that we should all do. And besides this, drink good stuff. When you tend to drink more caffeinated drinks like tea and coffee, you'll feel more dehydrated, and you'll also feel that how fast your energy levels have spiked after having tea or coffee. So most of us, we have told ourselves from the very beginning that Acha, we need a morning tea, we need a morning coffee, we can't function without. But what we're not realizing is that what's happening after an hour of drinking tea or coffee is what is important. So when you are drinking tea or coffee, that time your mental alertness is going high. Okay, you're feeling completely alert in those first 15 minutes. But after that, you will experience a lot of mood swings, because caffeine does this to you. Yeah, it causes a lot of distortions in the mind. You may feel like you don't know what's going on, but very moody, all right, very shifty, and you may lack focus to them. So it's not doing any good. Even though I don't believe that anybody should eradicate a certain type of food from the diet, but yes, caffeine is something that we should have in moderation, not too much of, and replace some of our tea times, or let's say evening tea may just have like a herbal tea, just for change instead of chai. So don't have tea or coffee so many times during the day. Drink good things, smoothies, juices, herbal teas. They're all good things. Okay. Also, what is important is to eat food with all your senses. Now, we are always so rushed, these days. These days, yeah, we've always been rushed, right? I don't think that most of us are able to enjoy food the way we should. Thanks to lockdown, a lot of that is changing for a lot of people. But otherwise, if you look at food, I know so many people who eat at their desk and quickly within 15 minutes they have to wrap up their lunch in 15 minutes, or because kids are there, they have to feed the kids. They have only 10 minutes to feed themselves. So a lot of times we are eating up food very quickly, and you would be surprised to know that, yeah, so when we eat our food slowly with all our senses, first of all, you should see how you're feeling when you look at food that is in front of you. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good about it? Do you feel like you should eat it? Or is it not doing anything to you? See if it actually arouses you, arouses the, what do you say, the hunger in you to eat the food. And then see, slowly taste it and see if it actually appeals to your taste buds. So you should eat with all your senses. And I encourage everyone. I understand all meals can't be like this. We don't have 30 minutes to eat our meals every day for every single meal. But I would encourage you guys to take out time to eat one of your meals during the day with all your senses and see what it does to you. So you'll automatically know where to stop. You'll automatically know when you're full. You'll automatically know what kind of foods agree with your system, what kind of foods don't. So this eating with our senses actually sets the premise for a lot of other things that Ayurveda and I have spoken about, right? About listening to your body. So you can truly listen to your body if you're eating food with all your senses and not just with your taste buds, not just because it's tasty and not just because you have to fill your stomach, you're running late or something. Eat with all your senses, at least one meal in a day, and you'll automatically know the difference. When you do this, when you take out 30 minutes to eat your meal and enjoy it and enjoy every bite, you will know the difference of eating with your senses and eating without your senses. Yeah. Okay. Now, there are a lot of myths about Ayurvedic diet that we are going to bust in this session today. All right. First of all, it says that Ayurveda requires you to have food at a specific time of the day. Now, this is definitely a myth. It's not true at all. Ayurveda is one of the most relaxed diets out there. And one second. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so Ayurveda is actually one of the most relaxed diets out there. So it does not require you to have food at a particular time of the day, but like any other diet, and like I explained to you, it definitely tells you to fix a particular time for yourself during the day. So you should know your time, like I said, like understand your body clock and fix a time for yourself and then stick to it. Because then your body gets used to it and you'll get the maximum benefit out of it by eating it at that particular time. Yeah, that the time that you have set according to your body. The second myth is that Ayurveda asks you to eat only sattvic food. Now, sattvic food is mainly fresh fruits and vegetables and whole grains and all, but that is also not true. So it says that while sattvic food is recommended, it is fine if you indulge in other forms of food as well. And I'll explain the other forms to you as well. See, Rajasic food is and tamasic food. Okay, Rajasic food is food that is rich in animal protein. Okay, like really rich food that actually satiates your hunger and your taste buds. And like you say, na Raja Maharaja ka food type, so that is Rajasic food. Tamasic food is, however, let's say stale food, 1 day old food, or food that does not have much nutritional value in it. But what Ayurveda says is that although your focus should be on sattvic food, it's all right to have Rajasic food also, but you should definitely avoid tamasic food. Yeah. And when it comes to meats, you should eat all kinds of meats, but avoid certain red meats like pigs, cows, buffaloes, because they're not meant for human consumption, is what Ayurveda believes in. Yeah. Then the next myth is Ayurveda recommends non-spicy food, which is not true at all, because the whole concept of Ayurveda is around spices, the use of spices. Okay, it only asks you to understand your own biorhythm and the needs of your body like any other dietary form. And if your body time is suitable for eating spicy food, then you can have that. There is no problem in that. However, you may want to look into the excess of any food. Yeah, just make sure that there is no food is being consumed in excess. And if you know your body cannot withstand certain level of spiciness, then please avoid it or stop consuming such foods. All right, so this was myth number 3. Then another myth is that Ayurvedic diet helps maintain body weight. Now that is definitely a myth, because no diet can help you maintain your weight. Okay, your body weight is the result of an unhealthy mindset, and it has nothing to do with diet. So we need to first, like I say, you need to fix this first, your mind, the way you're thinking first, and then everything else will fall into place. Yeah. The other myth is Ayurvedic diet is the only option to lead a healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, which is also not true. And many people actually sadly believe in this. And even though Ayurveda respects and accepts all dietary forms, but Ayurveda encourages you to bring about an alignment in your mind, body, and soul, like I explained to you. So it has to everyone and connects the energies of your body, links it to the environment, and then allows you to make food choices accordingly. Yeah. And the last myth is Ayurvedic diet asks you to not mix milk with other foods, which is also not true. Depending on your tolerance level, you can add milk with any food that you want. Yeah. If, however, your body is not allowing you to consume milk, then you should definitely avoid it, because that means you might be lactose intolerant. And if actually milk tolerance is something that signifies you, or that is something that you're experiencing, that actually signifies that you're feeling lack of nurturance in your life. Okay, that you just need to love yourself more, and that you just need love from others a little more. So that is what it actually means. Okay, so this was all about food. Do any of you have questions so far on what I've explained so far, or should I move
I
on?
have a question about like what we have learned since our childhood about food, about milk, is that you should not mix milk with fruits.
See, that
So
is, yeah.
it's a passed on information. So I thought, let me just.
Yeah. No, so see, that is again a very generic rule, okay? Fruits and milk should not be mixed. But everybody's body constituency is different. Everybody's tolerance is different. And I believe that fruit and milk works excellent for me. And it works very well for a lot of people that I know as well. Yeah? So it's not a standard, it's not a rule that you must follow. But yes, different people have different body constituencies, and depending on that, you should maybe avoid certain fruits with milk and not.
Yeah. Because the problem comes when your soul food is something like this. Like we used to eat, the shikran is this Marathi dish which mixes banana with milk. And then I love it. And then because this rule I learned later, I started avoiding it.
No, so see, you need to again listen to your body, Amrita. You have it and you see how you're feeling. Are you feeling gassy or bloated, or is there any sign that your body is giving to you? If not, then it's fine. Then you can totally have it.
True. Thanks.
No problem.
So, Insha, earlier on, Ritika had a question saying how to find out how many meals in a day suit my body.
Okay, so see, everybody has a different approach to it. This as well. First of all, you should understand what you've been doing since you were a kid. Okay, what worked for you then? What was working for you perfectly fine? What you think your natural body rhythm is? Okay, so for example, let's say as a kid you were having 3 meals a day and you were perfectly fine. But now you're being told that you should have 5 smaller meals during the day. So that may not agree with your system, but that is for you to decide. See how you're feeling. Are you feeling hungry in between the meals? The 3 meals that you're having, are you feeling hungry in between them? Are they satiating enough? Or do you feel that you need a little more? You need to eat after sometimes. So for example, for someone like me, I tend to feel hungry only after 3 or 4 hours. I don't feel hungry very often. And that is the way my body's system is. So you need to understand, if you feel hungry after, let's say, every 1 hour or so, after every 2 hours or so. And if you are, then you should include smaller meals during the day for yourself. Okay, so it all depends on how your body's rhythm is set and how you want to set it. Just listen to your body, see when you're feeling hungry, and accordingly set your meal timings.
Okay. Then mom wants to know, you said we need to do a cleansing. So how often and what should the duration?
Yeah. So I feel that every once in 10 days at least, one should follow a cleansing program. Yeah, because we should not let our body get to that level of toxicity. So to avoid that, every once in 10 days, it's fine. 1 to 2 days of detoxes works really well. Yeah, so, but that should become a natural thing that we tend to do.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thanks for the
No problem.
responses, Inshaa.
Okay, now this was all about food. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is sleep. All right. Sleep, just like food, is a very, very important part of our overall health. In fact, if you look at the pyramid of health in front of you, you will see that sleep forms the foundation of good health. Yeah, sleep is at the right bottom of this pyramid. Then comes stress management, then comes your de-stressing techniques, and then nutrition, then your food and exercise. Food and exercise don't set the premise, don't set the foundation for your health. Sleep does. All right. So I want to talk to you guys about sleep. But first, before I delve further, I want to understand how you guys are sleeping now. So if you want to share how many hours a day you are able to sleep and whether you're waking up fresh in the morning or groggy in the morning, I'd like to know that. You guys can just open your mics and just tell me, no problem. Or if you want to chat, that's fine too. But I really want to know what your current sleeping pattern is like. And if you guys have any concerns regarding that as well. So please do share them with me too.
I manage about 5 or 6 hours of sleep, but I'm always groggy and I always hate waking up. I'd love to get more sleep, but somehow that I can't manage that. So I need to get up on at a certain time.
Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Sweetie says 6 to 7 hours. Ritika also says 6 to 7 hours, and she wakes up fresh, feeling fresh.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
I think I don't even get up fresh if I get 8 hours of sleep also.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that.
Yes, Seema Vaki says 6 to 7 hours.
Okay. All right. So see, let's talk about how sleep is impacting us. Okay. Now, the basic rule is that everybody should get 6 to 7 hours of sleep. And I know a lot of people who feel that, they're like superheroes. They'll be like, 3-4 hours is enough. I can wake up and, manage everything well. But what people don't realize is that it's not just about how you're feeling when you're waking up in the morning. It's also about how much rest your body needs while you're sleeping. So your body and your organs need that much time to actually get back to their normal self. They also need rest at a certain point of time at night, and 6 to 7 hours actually covers everything in between. Now, how we sleep and how we wake up in the morning are two things that I really want you guys to make a note of. Some of you said that you wake up groggy in the morning. Now, that could be because your mind is cluttered. Okay, there's too much going on in your mind. So what happens is that naturally when there's a lot going on in your mind, you are not able to sleep properly, right? So for that, I'd say simple solution and something that I want you guys to start practicing doing is to just throw everything out of the system. So in the sense, right before you go to sleep, just make it a habit to, if not journal your feelings, but write down the top stressors in your life, the top things that are bothering you, that have at least bothered you during the day. Okay, so 5 to 6 things that are bothering you during the day, make a note of that. And then immediately after that, make a note of good things, some 5 to 6 good things that have happened during the day, so that there is some kind of positive reaffirmation. What happens is that we cannot end our day on a negative note. We cannot end our day by having all these thoughts floating around in our mind and not doing anything with them. So we need to just throw them out of our system and then positively reaffirm our mind that, okay, there is still hope in this life. Even though these things have gone bad, some good things have also happened during the day too. Okay, so that positive reaffirmation is a must. And then take a nice relaxing bath at night and then go off to sleep and see how you sleep. Okay, so quality of sleep gets affected a lot by this. It will definitely improve. You'll if you have nothing going on in your mind at night when you hit the bed, then you'll be able to wake up fresh also. Otherwise, even if you are getting 6 to 7 hours of sleep, your mind is still working on various other things. So that sleep is not good sleep. The quality of sleep has gone down, right? So you need to always work on the quality of sleep. So that is one thing of looking at it. Another thing is to not break the circadian rhythm. Okay. So what is circadian rhythm is what I want you guys to understand. I have been talking a lot about the body clock. Yeah, we all have a body clock. Circadian rhythm sets our body clock. This is our internal body clock. This is what our body is so used to doing. And the diagram that you see in front of you is a very generic circadian rhythm diagram. So it's something that applies to most of the people. But then again, everybody's body is different. Everybody's body clock is different. So you need to find your circadian rhythm. All right. And your circadian rhythm would be, let's say you're sleeping at 11 at night. Okay, that time suits you. That time works for you. So you're waking up at 7 in the morning. So according to your circadian rhythm, 11 and 7 are the timings. 11 is the time when you're going off to bed. 7 is the time when you're waking up. And you need to maintain that. Yeah, so that your body can get used to it and it can be well rested in that period of time. But if you keep changing your rhythm, if you keep changing your body clock, if you keep changing that timing, let's say one day you're sleeping at 11, another day you're sleeping at 1 in the morning, or you're sleeping a little early, then your body is getting confused. And your body is not functioning properly because it's not used to getting rest at that time. So we need to make sure that whatever rhythm we set for ourselves, whether we are night owls or early birds, it doesn't matter. But whatever rhythm our body is used to following, we are following that rhythm and not breaking it anywhere. That is very important. Now let's look at some of the things that happen when our sleep gets disrupted on a regular basis. Okay, so this is what happens to our body when our sleep gets disrupted on a regular basis. First of all, the maximum impact is on our brain. Okay, you'll feel irritable all the time. That is the most common thing that happens to everyone. Irritability, then impaired moral judgment. Things that you can actually decide faster. Otherwise, you will feel that you don't have the ability to make those decisions really fast anymore. Yeah, decreased creativity. So when you're working on something that needs a lot of focus and attention and creativity, you are not able to do it properly because of lack of sleep. And increased stress for sure. What it's also doing to our heart is important for us to understand. If your sleep is disrupted very often, then it's causing a variability in your heart rate. Okay, that's increasing the chances of variability. So your heart rate is not stable. And how it's affecting us in the long run is that there could be a risk of heart disease and stroke. Okay, so recently there was a study that happened on individuals aged 30 to 50, and what was actually established as a result of the research was that a lot of people are getting affected by strokes. Okay, people who look healthy and normal otherwise, who don't have any other issues going on externally, are getting strokes. And why is that? Why is that? Because when they dug further, when they dug deeper, they found out that most of them had high work pressure on them. They were expected to do a lot more than expected, and the sleep was getting hampered. They were not getting enough sleep. Yeah. So most of these people were leaders of organizations and people who were handling a lot of stuff. So lack of sleep definitely causes all these issues. You could also feel that you have increased reaction time, you know, like how we sometimes say that I was trying to pick up something, kap utha raha tha, but utha nahi, like whatever. So you'll feel that your reaction time has also increased, and your accuracy decreases when you are sleep deprived. You may also experience some aches somewhere, you know, in your body. Another important thing that happens is gut. Your gut, your what we just spoke about, your gut health goes for a toss. So sleep and gut health are also very closely interrelated. The better you sleep, the better your gut health. That has been established. So definitely gut also gets impacted when your sleep is disrupted. All right. Now, how do we sleep better is the question. Yeah. Now, how do we sleep better? First of all, I explained to you guys that whatever is in your mind, just get it out of your system. That really helps, because for people, especially who wake up groggy in the morning, I want you guys to practice this exercise to really take out 10 minutes of your time at night and practice this offloading exercise of writing down whatever's bothering you, and then writing some positive things that have happened during the day and taking a nice relaxing bath. That really helps. Otherwise, what could also help you sleep better is to get into a routine. Like I said, you know, listen to your circadian rhythm, understand your body clock, sleep and wake up at the same time if possible. That is very important. Practice deep breathing. Okay, deep breathing or some breathing techniques are very effective in inducing good sleep, and I'm going to be running you through some of the techniques after this too. Be a smart napper. So at any point of time, your sleep debt is the amount of sleep that you're lacking in throughout the week. It should not be more than an hour, because if it's more than an hour, if you're sleeping so less, then everything around you starts getting affected. Yeah, everything gets affected. Your lifestyle, the way you work, your performance levels, energy levels, everything gets affected. So be a smart napper. If you feel that you've not been able to catch up on proper sleep at night, then take proper naps during the day or the next day. Yeah, just ensure that you are not in more than 60 minutes of sleep at any given point of time. Write down your worries, like I explained to you guys. Less caffeine. Caffeine also, I know a lot of people who can drink a cup of chai and coffee and go off to sleep. So that's not what caffeine does. Caffeine stirs a lot of other endorphins, like a lot of other things inside the body that don't allow the body to rest properly. Because when you are resting, it's not just your mind that's resting, your organs are also resting, right? But when you have caffeine, right before you go off to sleep or a couple of hours before that, you are stirring a lot of things inside and your organs are not getting proper rest. Yeah. Then you also need to learn to relax. Just relax and calm down. That will also help you sleep better. Exercise is excellent in sleep inducing. So a lot of people who put their bodies through some kind of strenuous work during the day are able to sleep much better than the people who are, living a sedentary lifestyle. And aim for 7 to 9 hours sleep. Even though the window is 7 to 9, I believe that even if you get 6 to 8 hours of quality sleep, you will be able to get the maximum benefit out of it. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions on sleep so far? Is there anything that anybody wants to know that I haven't covered yet?
Does anyone have any questions on sleep?
I just wanted to say that I sleep very deep and I sleep as soon as I hit the pillow actually. And yet I do not get up fresh. What would the reason be for that?
So do you think that when you're sleeping, even though you're sleeping deeply, there is something or the other going on in your mind, like some tensions or worries in your life that you're still taking to bed with you?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not aware of it.
No, so I want you to actually try doing this. Try practicing offloading technique. Yeah.
Yeah,
Before
I'll
you
do that.
sleep, yeah, just throw out everything out of your system and make sure that there is some kind of positive affirmation also at the end of it, so that there's nothing in your mind, there's nothing running in your mind. Actually, what I feel is that most of the times we don't even know why we are worrying. Yeah, so writing down and thinking about what's worrying us also helps us put a lot of things in perspective. Yeah, because it could be something very small or that we don't need to worry about, or it could be something big. But whatever it is, when we write something down, then things become a lot more clear, is what I feel. So definitely practice doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So let me move on to the next segment, which is the most important segment when it comes to nutrition and lifestyle. Something that nourishes you the most are some of the de-stressing techniques. Now, why do we need to de-stress? Because, like I said, there's so much going on, and most of the times we don't realize it, but the way we eat, what we eat, is dependent on how we are feeling inside. So there is a certain level of calmness that we all need to attain in life to be able to make better choices, to be able to think logically, to be able to think straight, and to be able to lead a healthy lifestyle. And that is why I'm going to introduce some basic breathing techniques to you guys. So a lot of de-stressing techniques are out there, including meditation. Everything works brilliantly. But I feel that breathing is something that can be done easily, and that gives your body the maximum benefit as well. So today I'm going to practice 2 breathing techniques with you guys. I want you all to do it with me. Yes, so the first breathing technique is called the 478 technique. All right, it's very easy. In the 478 technique, you breathe in 4 counts, hold the breath for 7 counts, and then exhale or breathe out on 8 counts through your mouth. All right. So are you guys ready to do it with me? Shall we start? So wherever you guys are sitting,
Yes.
yeah, wherever you guys are sitting, just close your eyes, relax your shoulders, put your hands on your thighs, and now breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do it one more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now open your eyes and tell me how you felt. Anybody wants to tell me how they felt? You can
Any
just
comments here,
unmute your
guys?
mic.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, Amrita is saying it calmed her instantly. Sweetie is saying felt really nice and calm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So see, this is something that will instantly calm you down. And right now we've just done it twice, right? So you can already feel a little calmness inside. But if you do it for, let's say, 10 breaths altogether, you'll instantly feel like you're ready to hit the bed now. You're ready to sleep because you're so relaxed. Yeah, so this is a very effective technique. There's another technique that I want to introduce to you guys, which is also very effective, but it takes a little bit of practice in getting from. So it's called the diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing. All right. So this is the technique in which we have to breathe through our, make sure that our belly is coming out when we are breathing in, and belly is going in when we are breathing out. Now we're not used to doing that, right? But when you see a baby, a sleeping baby, how it's breathing, you'll actually feel that the stomach of the baby comes out when the baby is breathing in, and it goes in when it breathes out. That is what gives us, our body, a maximum benefit when it comes to breathing. And if we practice this over time, we'll definitely get better at it and get more and more benefit out of it. Okay, so we are going to try doing this, and I want all your focus to be on your belly coming out when you're breathing in, and belly going in when you're breathing out. All right, are you guys ready? Shall we do it? Okay, so close your eyes, relax your shoulders, put your hands on your thighs, and now breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold your breath and now breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do it one more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold your breath and now breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now open your eyes and tell me how you feel. Was anybody able to do it properly? Was anybody able to experience the belly going in and coming out properly?
Yes, Sweetie says yes.
Okay.
Mom says yes.
Okay. And how did it feel?
Mom says it felt good.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay, so just remember these two breathing techniques when it comes to de-stressing. They are like those instant quick fixes and very effective ones as well. Yeah. If we can control our breathing, we can control a lot of things. We can calm our mind instantly as well. Okay. Now, do you guys have any questions on this so far?
I think we've almost, I think we've just come towards the end of the webinar.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
So I think what we'll do now, I think this was anyways the last slide, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So we will now take questions. And also I think while people have questions, yes, we can definitely answer that. But there were certain questions that had come to us even before we started.
Yeah.
Maybe I think that can also, maybe want to add that. So I think one was, one is, how do we know that our current lifestyle isn't good? How do we change our nutrition to match our lifestyle? So this will help us make some connection between lifestyle and nutrition.
Okay. So see, you will know that your current lifestyle is in tune with your healthy eating habits when you feel good about yourself. Okay. The only way to find out if everything is in sync is by understanding how you truly feel. Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling good about your food choices? Are you happy with it? Are you satisfied with it? Yeah, that is the premise of this question. So basically, you need to understand if you are happy with whatever is going on in your life, whatever you're doing health-wise, and then you'll be able to strike the balance. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Inshaa. That's very useful. I agree. I think it's up to us, to recognize whether the lifestyle is good or not good. And I think this was, again, a message from Devi Auntie. She said, "Can you repeat the cleansing process again?"
Yeah,
process
sure.
of cleansing.
So in cleansing, what I want you to do is every once in 10 days or so, I want you guys to drink more water, more than usual. So let's say you are used to drinking 2 liters of water, make it 2 to 3 liters of water so that whatever toxins are there get flushed out. Also to avoid any allergens. Okay, allergens are mainly foods that contain gluten in them. So let's say your wheat rotis, your pastas, noodles, white rice, all these foods you need to avoid during the cleansing process. Include more fresh fruits and vegetables during cleansing, and that's it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No problem.
Amrita is asking, can we teach the 4-7-8 breathing to a child of 6 years?
Yes, of course. 4-7-8 is the easiest technique out there, and it's super effective for everyone. So please teach your kids also, because they'll be able to grasp it. Diaphragmatic breathing, not so much, because I think that it takes a little bit of practice and a lot more focus. But 4-7-8 breathing, yes, it's for everyone.
Okay, then the next question, the last two questions are basically, is postpartum nutrition different from normal nutrition, and what can be included?
Okay. So see, postpartum nutrition should not be different from regular nutrition. But at the same time, if during pregnancy you have experienced certain nutritional imbalances, if let's say your iron levels are low, calcium levels are low, then you need to include some supplements in your diet. Yeah, and supplement your diet also with more of those foods. But otherwise, you should have a balanced diet the way you feel, your plate should look like, and there has to be not much difference for sure.
Right. Thanks, Inshaa. And the last one is, when you say we need to listen to your body, when you say we need to listen to our body, what exactly are you asking us to do, and how do we get messages from our body?
Okay, so the easiest telltale signs of something going wrong in our body is through our skin, hair. Okay, you see the consistency of your skin. Do you think that it's lackluster, or is it glowing, or are you experiencing more hair fall by any chance? Okay, do you think that there are more breakouts on your skin? So these are the very normal telltale signs that something is wrong with your body. Okay, and you're not listening to it properly. And how do you listen to it is by following the signs. So for example, when you eat something and if you're feeling bloated after that, you should be aware that, okay, these are the kind of foods that are causing bloating in me, or these are the kind of foods that have caused me to be a little more gassy. So slowly listening to your body, listening to the signs that it's showing to you in the form of these ailments or gassiness, bloating, skin, hair problems, and understand what we are doing wrong and where we are doing wrong. So slowly, when you get in the habit of eating with all your senses, you will be able to listen to your body fantastically. Yeah, so you just need to make sure that you eat your food in such a way with all your senses that you understand what that food is doing to your body also.
Thanks, Inshaa. And I think that takes us back to the molecule of life, which is having a healthy relationship with yourself. Of course,
Absolutely.
will have enable you to
Inshaa, there was a request by Sweetie to just go back to the second last slide. She just wanted to go through that. So if you can put that on for like 2 minutes, so that she can.
Sure. No problem. So this is what overall health should be like. We need the right amount of nutrition, exercise. Mobility and exercise are interrelated, but mobility, yes, because we need to maintain an active lifestyle. Sleep, water, the correct intake of water, well-being by making sure that we have some kind of de-stressing techniques going on in our life that are making us calmer, and a reflection of your day's summary, basically, at the end of the day, to summarize your day. So all these things are important for our overall health. And
hi Inshaa, this is Sweetie here.
Yeah, hi Sweetie.
Hi, thanks Shweta, and thanks Inshaa for this slide. So, the last few days I've been experiencing that I'm trying to follow intermittent fasting. So not eating anything cooked till 12 noon. And so what happens is sometimes I'm able to follow, and sometimes when I feel hungry, by 8:30, 9 or by 9:30 in the morning. So I take either a paratha or poha, or some days fruits. So not every day I feel like having fruits. So day I have a simple paratha or any kind of Indian breakfast, I feel heavy and acidic. But the day I avoid having it, and I'm able to continue till 11:30 or 12, without taking anything, I feel nice. So and the days I feel hungry, and instead of Indian breakfast, I take a smoothie or fruits, I feel nice and light. That doesn't interfere, or doesn't in any of the other food that I eat, and it doesn't make me feel heavy. So, but then there are days I feel like having something salty, and so not every morning I want to have fruits. Sometimes I feel like having something salty, not something sweet, in the morning itself. So anything that you can.
Yeah. So first of all, what are we trying to achieve by following intermittent fasting is what I want to understand. Are you trying to, what goals do you have, health goals?
It is that having breakfast and then lunch. So by lunchtime, I was not, actually very, what do you say? I didn't feel like having lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Not hungry at all, so if I have proper breakfast, then I'm not hungry by 1:30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
And so when I read about intermittent fasting and watched some videos, and how it helps in curing a lot of disease and all that, so I decided to give it a try. And I realized that my body doesn't need so much of food, because the workout or the physical activity has gone down. So
Right.
meals a day is working fine with me. But the days I feel hungry in the morning itself and I take some food or have some breakfast, I feel acidic again. So
So see, I feel that, sweetie, if you have found out that 2 meals a day are working fine for you, that's
mm,
fine. But what you're having in those 2 meals is very important. If, let's say, your dinner is imbalanced, okay, you've not eaten well, or you, let's say, skipped a little bit of it because you're not feeling hungry, then your next day will definitely get impacted, right? Next day, before breakfast or at breakfast, you'll probably feel hungry because what energy you were supposed to get from your dinner, you've not got. So you just need to balance your meals in such a way that they give you the maximum benefit, and the effect of that stays for longer. Your dinner should be a little heavier on protein, is what I feel, especially if you're an intermittent, because that will keep you fuller for longer. Yeah. So try
okay,
doing that and see if that works.
all right.
And please don't follow intermittent without proper knowledge. Like, don't do it just because you've read about it. But everybody's body is different, and it may not work on you. So understand what your body is like, and whether it's actually feeling hungry in the morning, or if you can do without your breakfast. So
Yes, I got it. I mean, in fact, many of the slides were like an eye opener. I and my husband have tried vegan, for 2.5 years, and ended up with, couple of deficiencies, because, it's
yeah,
difficult to get a lot of stuff around and
absolutely.
prepare. So yes, not falling in for, these different school of thought. And yes, I'll be careful. Thanks.
All
Lot
right.
many slides made sense and were really helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks.
Right. Do we
Yeah,
have any other questions?
Insha, I just wanted to ask you is how
Hmm.
much and what kind of exercise do you determine is correct for you? Because I start doing some sort of exercise, and then I don't have, say, time, or I feel lazy and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So is it that, like, when you don't add weight to yourself and you're doing something, like currently, like, we live on the third floor, and I need to walk up and down at least about thrice a day.
Okay.
So that is my form of exercise as of now. But then within my mind, I'm always feeling guilty that, oh, I've just stopped walking, and I've just stopped the
Mhm.
other exercise that I used to do and all that. So how do you determine that?
So see, the thing is, first of all, what you're doing is not exercise, like climbing up and down the stairs is a form of movement. You are keeping yourself active by doing that. Okay, so that is a part of your active lifestyle. So when we talk about exercise, okay, the basic rule is, the thumb rule is that whether it's 15 minutes or 20 minutes, it should make your body a little uncomfortable. Okay, so for example, if you can easily walk for, let's say, an hour or 2 hours and nothing happens to you, yeah, that is not exercise. Your body is not getting the kind of work that it should to be able to give you better results. Yeah. So at any given point of time, anything that pushes your limits a little bit, for example, let's say you do some form of yoga, okay, but that is helping you stretch your body parts a little bit more than what you're usually used to doing, then that is exercise, that is helping you work out. But climbing up and down the stairs is just a form of movement. It's just a way of ensuring that you're leading an active lifestyle, and it's not adding more to it. Yeah. So I think if you can tell me your age group and what it is, you know, that you like, then I
I,
can
I'm
probably guide you.
I'm 58.
Okay.
Yeah.
And otherwise, how's your health overall?
I'm fine. I mean, I'm not overweight, and I think I don't fall ill as such. So yeah, see, and I don't have any other problem, any medical issues.
Okay. Okay. Then you should definitely try maybe brisk walking to begin with. Yeah. To push your limits a little bit more. And if not, then some form of yoga would also help you, because when you're getting older, when you're growing older, sometimes the joints get to be a little more firm, right? So you just need to loosen them up a little bit. So a little bit of brisk walking and yoga is something that I would suggest for you.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I think we've come to the end of the webinar. If there are any questions, feel free to mail to either me on akshayam@samakshealing.com or Shweta on shwetav@samakshealing.com. And Inshaa, thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. I'm sure we will start making conscious choices to lead a healthy life. And for all our other friends, our Samakshians, thank you once again for being here with us. And we intend to have webinars that focus on facilitating global awareness and mass awakening. So the next webinar will be in September. That will address thyroid and nutrition. We will have a dermatologist along with Inshaa. We will keep you posted about the dates. Until then, we hope you start making healthy choices and start living a healthy life. Thank you very much. All the very best.
Thank you, Inshaa. Thank you, all of you, for
Thank you so
being with
much.
us.
Thank you
Thank you
so
for being
much.
a part of
Thank you.
this.